With a blistering 160.6 kilometers per hour delivery that shocked the world, Jeff Thomson redefined what it meant to be a fast bowler. But behind his explosive glory lies a story rarely told. What made this fierce superstar walk away from the spotlight for a quiet life in Queensland? And how did the woman by his side tame such a fiery spirit for over 4 decades? Today's video uncovers the quiet life of Jeff Thomson at 76 and the secret behind his enduring 40-year marriage. When Jeff Thomson officially retired from professional cricket in 1986, he made a choice that separated him from many sports legends of his era. Instead of chasing a second career in high-stress commentary booths or constantly appearing under the bright lights of public events, Thomo simply stepped away. His move to Queensland wasn't an impulse decision made late in life. He had actually made the transition from New South Wales back in the mid-1970s, representing Queensland on the pitch and slowly putting down roots that would last a lifetime. For a man who spent his 20s charging down cricket pitches at breakneck speeds, Queensland offered the ultimate antidote. Wide open spaces, warm sunshine, and an easygoing coastal rhythm ideal for the outdoors lifestyle he always loved. If you ever catch a rare glimpse of his personal life through occasional family pictures shared on Instagram, you won't find a grand museum dedicated to his past trophies. Instead, what you see is a modest, comfortable home with outdoor space and a simple garden. A peaceful haven where he can rest, relax, and watch cricket from a comfortable distance. Rather than chasing adrenaline in his 70s, Thomson's daily routine at 76 revolves around simple, grounded pleasures. His greatest lifelong passion has always been fishing, a habit passed down from his father that stuck with him through every stage of his career.
I remember when I was a young bloke, my dad would take me out fishing and I loved it from there on in. I probably had 45 boats, different sorts in my life, and still got another one now. But I just love fishing. I love relaxing, you know. I just love to get outdoors and just chill out.
For a sports icon who lived under immense public pressure for decades, sitting quietly on a boat with a line in the water brings a therapeutic kind of peace that money and fame simply cannot buy. Alongside fishing, Jeff keeps himself moving through regular walks and spending time in the Australian bush.
I just love the outdoors. I love hunting and all that. I used to hunt a lot when I was younger. You get a bit softer as you get older. It's just a matter of finding them, you know, and you just get satisfaction in just being out in the bush. I'm out in the bush every week.
This outdoorsy lifestyle keeps him healthy and active without putting his body through high-intensity physical strain. At 76, he maintains light physical activity through his hobbies, occasionally attending cricket events like coaching or testimonial matches and enjoying a social beer with friends.
Everything shrinks when you go to, that's why even my eyeballs are shrinking.
Where other legends stay trapped in the pressure cooker of fame, or struggling to figure out who they are without the applause, Jeff simply realized cricket was just something he did for fun, not his whole identity. I think walking away like that takes a rare kind of self-awareness. He wasn't running away from the game. He was simply moving on to a life he valued more. So who was the person standing right beside Jeff, helping him build this quiet, grounded life for over 4 decades? That's Cheryl Wilson, constant anchor for over 40 years. Their love story didn't start under the dazzling spotlights of a Hollywood red carpet or at some grand celebrity gala. Instead, their eyes simply locked across a cricket ground during one of Jeff's matches. At the time, Cheryl was a striking and successful model, but their initial connection wasn't about fame or status. It was just an authentic attraction between 2 young people. They tied the knot quickly in a modest ceremony that carried a delightful piece of Australian cricket lore. Their wedding flowers were supplied by none other than legendary fast bowler Ray Lindwall, who had taken up work as a florist after his playing days. In his signature dry humor, Jeff later joked that he managed to forget the name of the church after just 1 month, only remembering that it sat right opposite a local police station. Together, Jeff and Cheryl raised 3 sons. while their eldest son played cricket. The other two were also quite talented at the sport, even though they didn't stick with it long term.
Cricket, they didn't like cricket. Too long a game, so they played football and athletics and that. So they all do. Just because they're your kids doesn't mean they're going to do what you do. Try to feed them into different things and point them and that. Yeah. But they're all great kids.
Rather than forcing them into his legendary footsteps, Jeff respected their freedom to choose their own paths. Throughout his career, Jeff has never missed a chance to credit Cheryl as his absolute rock. Raising 3 young boys while an international sports star travels the world for months on end is an incredible burden, especially back in an era when cricket wives weren't given the luxury support packages seen today. During his Australian Cricket Hall of Fame speech, Jeff spoke openly and humorously about everything Cheryl handled behind the scenes while keeping their household grounded.
She's had to put up for 40 years. I mean, she didn't get all the trips you girls get down here now. We had to sneak them in on planes.
Cheryl was the steady hand who kept him balanced during his wildest bowling years and helped him smoothly transition into building a peaceful home in Queensland once he hung up his boots. When you look at relationships tied to high-profile sports icons, so many of them buckle under the relentless pressure of fame, hectic international schedules, endless travel, and constant media scrutiny. In fact, Jeff once jokingly noted that given how brutal touring conditions used to be for families, it was no surprise at all that so many players ended up divorced. Yet Jeff and Cheryl managed to build something uniquely enduring. They kept their personal life out of the tabloids, maintained a quiet stability without a single public scandal, and remained focused on what actually mattered: raising their boys and enjoying a simple, peaceful existence in Queensland. But now I want to know how that marriage was maintained when Jeff entered the peak years of his career. The road to cricket immortality for Jeff Thomson was never a smooth or easy ride. Few people remember that his Test debut for Australia against Pakistan in 1972 ended in sheer disaster, as he returned figures of 0 for 110 while secretly playing with a broken foot.
I bowled this bouncer and I heard this crack and that, but I just thought it was, just something that would go. So I played in that game and it just got worse. Broken, it's not going to get better, it's just going to get worse.
Dropped from the national side after that painful match, Jeff faced a major turning point in 1974 when he made the decision to move to Queensland following a suggestion from legendary batsman Greg Chappell. That move sparked one of the most explosive periods of fast bowling the world had ever seen. Between 1974 and 1976, Jeff joined forces with Dennis Lillee to form the fastest, most terrifying pace partnership in cricket history. During the iconic 1974-75 Ashes series in Australia, Thommo was practically unplayable, tearing through the English batting lineup to claim 33 wickets at an incredible average of 17.93 across 5 tests, flirting with Arthur Mayle's historic series record, while hurling deliveries clocked at a staggering 160.6 kilometers per hour. He carried that terrifying form into the 1975 Ashes tour in England and the 1975-76 series against the West Indies, where he bagged another 29 wickets. Yet playing at such a ferocious speed took an enormous toll on his body. In late 1976, during a test match against Pakistan in Adelaide, tragedy struck. Jeff was bowling at peak velocity when a terrible collision on the field changed everything.
I came back to play Pakistan again in 1976 and I was bowling like the wind. And I crank it up again straight after lunch. Zed pops up a catch that I thought was mine. Well, I know it was mine, it was on the pitch, caught and bowled. And Turner comes from side on and runs straight into me. And that was it.
Colliding violently with teammate Alan Turner while attempting to take a catch, Jeff severely dislocated his collarbone. Although the injury diminished his raw velocity and forced him to modify his bowling action, his sheer determination kept him competing at the highest level. He went on to play 51 tests, finishing his international career with exactly 200 wickets, before making massive contributions to Queensland cricket both as a key player for Toombul and Queensland, and later as a dedicated bowling coach for the state. Yet behind those thrilling numbers on the scoreboard was the harsh reality of being an international athlete in the 1970s. The schedule was relentless. Grueling month-long overseas tours, endless long-haul flights, jet lag, isolation in hotel rooms, and playing through agonizing physical pain. Jeff even bowled with a broken foot at one point. The mental strain was so intense that during the 1975 tour of England, Jeff suffered from severe homesickness, leading Captain Ian Chappell to tell him he could fly home whenever he needed to. While Jeff was battling the world's best batsmen overseas, Cheryl Wilson was the unsung hero holding the entire foundation together at home. After Jeff relocated the family from New South Wales, Cheryl managed the household in Queensland completely on her own, raising their 3 young sons while her husband was away for months on end. Cricket tours in those days provided virtually no assistance for players' families. Wives were not given travel allowances and often had to quietly arrange their own travel or stay in separate hotels down the road. Despite those unfair, difficult circumstances, Cheryl gave Jeff a quiet sanctuary to return to after every physically and mentally draining tour. I think it's easy to look back at sports legends and only see the roaring crowds and historic records. But looking at Jeff and Cheryl's story reveals the real human cost behind that glory. Their story shows that behind every legendary career is a partner making quiet, unseen sacrifices every single day. What do you think about Jeff Thomson's inspiring journey from a legendary speedster to a man who built a lasting 40-year marriage away from the cameras? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going.